Hi guys. So to kind of share my story, so 2025 started as any other year. I had goals, I had plans. In fact, I probably had more goals going into 2025 than any other year. Like my husband, we were gonna sit down quarterly, go over our goals, and we were sharing this with our family. I had um, a word that was going to represent 2025, and I was set and ready, and I was going to own 2025, y'all. Like, here we go, right? And I was having we had an amazing Christmas. And I remember telling my family, I'm like, we will never be able to replicate this. This was beautiful. It was fun. And like, God was there and it made it beautiful, right? So we're going into 2025. Things are going great. We're learning about eating healthy and getting on financial plans and budgeting and all these things. And my family is very close. And so we're sharing all of this stuff with each other, right? Like we are going to do life together and we're going to encourage each other. Most of us were on a health journey right off the bat. So we had been fasting. We had been deep into prayer, and we're going to light up 2025, right? Well, April 9th came along, and the night of April 10th, I got a phone call at about 1 in the morning, and it rocked my world. I got a call from my dad telling me that my brother and sister-in-law were no longer with us, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. And he was moving my brother back from Montana, so they were on the road, and he couldn't get a hold of my mom. So he asked me I had to go tell my mom that. So I had to find somebody to stay with the kids. It was just kind of a blur, and find out that somebody took their lives. And so we had the next 4 days were absolute chaotic. I don't remember everything. Some people are filling in blanks that I had. With grief, sometimes you can't remember things. You are in fight or flight, and recalling memories is really tough. So those first few days were absolutely chaotic, but we were surrounded by a church family, both my home church and our church that we're in right now, and people were pouring into us and loving us, and by golly, we were not going to starve, I'll tell you that much. And it's just the love of Christ, right? And I was just lost. Josh was my big brother. He was the oldest. We have a family of 5 kids, and we are now a family of 4, which is really hard to say. And he was my rock. I went to him with really hard stuff, and he would just pour into me biblically, just pour into me, and he'd pray with me. And his wife was the same way. She encouraged me as a mom just to be a faith-filled wife and pray, and when things get tough, to hit your knees. She encouraged me not to gossip, and that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses is gossiping. And she just really was good about calling me out, but in a loving way. And she's so loving and fun, and the laughter, and we could be just so goofy. We both had a homestead, and we laugh about our animals and gardening and all those kind of things. So this is April, and we're in Wisconsin. So after the funeral, my brother did kind of spoke on our side, and I couldn't recall memories, and that was hard, because he's like, what memories do you want me to hit? And I couldn't. My memory decided very quickly that to not hurt so bad, my brain took my memories of them. I can remember, and I know that they were part of that memory in that trip, but I couldn't see them. So that was a really hard thing for me to walk, because people are like, well, just hang on to your memories. My body took those memories from me, in trying to save me and save the pain and the torture. My chest hurt so bad. I was so worried about broken heart syndrome, like really bad, because my chest just hurt so bad. The funeral happened, and I don't understand trauma. I've heard about it a little bit, and my sister, who's an MD, she's like, Jenna, you need to get into counseling. Like, this is gonna be really important. Like, you need to do EMDR. And I was like, I don't know anything about EMDR. I don't know anything about counseling. And she's like, nope, you need to get in. We found a counselor. She kind of found us. You're gonna get in. You're gonna do it. And everybody was like looking, like the whole family looked like they were all diving into counseling. So I'm like, I'm diving into, I can follow suit, even though like I was kind of reluctant about it. So I dove in like head first into counseling. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I think like right away after losing them, I think it was just days after losing Josh and Becky, I realized that I can't get around this pain. I can't go under it. I can't go over it. I can't side pass it. Like, you know, you have your obstacle in the middle. It's so big. You can't go around, under, over. You have to go through it. And there was a picture that I have always loved, and I would see it on Facebook every once in a while, and it's of a buffalo that's all full of snow, and he's going into the storm, because if he goes into the storm, he'll get through the storm faster. And so that's the image that I had. I'm like, I'm going to hit this head on. I'm going to walk right into the storm. And I remember in those first few days talking to God. And I'm going, you promised you would never leave or forsake me. You promised me this. Do not leave me right now. You cannot leave me. I need to feel you. I need to like... And those were prayers, man. Like, those were of desperation. Like, I can't get through this without the Father. And I don't want you to be silent. I need to see you. I need to feel you. And he met me there. He met me there. And he's still sustaining to this day, because there's no reason why I should be where I'm at today except because of him. But when you're going through that storm, hit it head on. Don't try to go around it. Everybody's story is different, and everybody grieves differently, and I hit it head on, man. Like, I gave up drinking, right? Like, granted, we were already on a health journey, but I was like, no, there's none of it. I can't touch it, because I will go and I will try to escape. I was really careful about how much I ate. Granted, I found out that when my body hit true trauma mode, I am a vicious vomiter. They did a vigil for my brother and my sister-in-law in town, and I had to walk out because I puked during the whole thing. And like, your body hits limits in this, and in grief and trauma, your body will hit limits, and it's understanding where those limits are, and being okay in that. Like, you will hit barriers, and just stop at that. Don't push, just be and sit in the suck sometimes. It's horrible, it's not fun, but that's where God's gonna meet you. He's gonna meet you in the suck, and in that hurt and the pain, and that when you quiet yourself and you just sit with him is when you're gonna hear his voice. And it's gonna be, he's not gonna yell, but they're gonna be soft whispers of truth and understanding. Because one of the biggest things I learned in this whole journey is that God's not up here looking down and go, oh, I'm sorry you're walking through this. Oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. He is down in the valley with you. He is in the suck, and this sucks just as much, because this is not how he created the world to be, right? Like, we saw sin for the worst that it possibly can. And so he sat with me, and I'm sure he cried. He cried with me because he can feel my pain. but then he also can take it, because my prayer was, take my burden. I want your yoke, for it is light. So these little verses that I was memorizing and in the Bible, those little things came back as a glimmer of hope. And memorizing scripture, guys, and being in it, it's real, because when you hit the hard, when you're in that, those are what are going to sustain you. And when you're like, God, where were you? What were you doing? Those verses are going to come to you. Like, one of my biggest ones was, I said, God, they loved you. How could you leave and forsake them? And it was a clear voice. And he said, oh, honey, I was there. And it broke his heart. Those were his children, and he loved them. And so those are things that I cling to, because he was there, and I believe he scooped them up. He scooped them up, man, and he loved them. Those were his precious children. You're his precious children. And to have him speak like such a beautiful thing, and like not, and you can be mad at him, you can speak out, you can be angry. He gets it. He created us, so he understands our emotion. He made us in his image, so I'm sure he has anger and sadness, and just pure, like, he understands. Like, so in this, I really got to know who God is and who I am in his creation, because we are in his image. And so he understands the pain, the hurt, the brokenness. And he met me there, guys. And he'll meet you there. And he will sustain. His love sustains, guys. Walk in his truth. Be in his word. Let him speak to you.